I love puzzle games, so I made one. The basic premise is that stepping on these switches flips what they are, and you have to flip them in a way that allows you to get back to your starting point with all of them matching the switches on the other side. Got that? Well, it's time to get started. I started off by trying to get the art style down. Typically, you'd start with the gameplay, but I tend to find it a little demoralizing looking at squares all day. After finding an art style I liked, I imported it to Unity and started adding movement. I aligned the movement with a grid and added some squash and stretch. Now look at this guy. He's so bouncy. After that, I created these tiles that swap their state when you touch them. I kinda based them off of the sliding puzzles from Undertale, except they don't slide. It's not really a puzzle yet, but whoa, look at that! I finished the wind detection. Wait, hey, you can't take that! Now that the main mechanics are done, before I start making the levels, I want to add some polish. I started off by adding a background. This consisted of clouds, particles, and an infinitely tiling place. Oh yeah, I also made it like a 1 in 1,000 chance for this duck cloud to spawn. Moving on, I added these poison tiles. The way these guys work is by displaying the number of moves you'll have left after you step on it. What happens if this number runs out? Well, it's... and the level restarts. These weren't that hard to implement. What really sucked was adding this freaking undo mechanic. This is because I practically had to make like 5 lists tracking actions, which wouldn't be that hard if it wasn't for me tracking which toxic tiles were on, because that just wouldn't work sometimes, and it was really annoying. Anyways, now it was time for the level select. I didn't want to just have buttons to choose the level, so I went with the more Baba is you approach, and made the level select itself playable. Along with that, I made it so when you hover over a level, this box with the level info pops up. And when you press enter, it brings you to the corresponding level. Speaking of levels, I started creating the first few. I made them relatively easy in order to ease the player into the gameplay of the game. I'm planning on making the levels a lot harder later on, but these first few teach the player the basic mechanics. What I really enjoyed doing was creating fun shapes as levels. For example, this duck, this bird, this checkerboard, and this maze. I've never really been that good at level design, so I enjoy basing the map off of a random object, and then going through the challenge of making that map a fun level. It's probably not the most reliable way of making cool levels, but I'm happy with the results so far. Most of the game was done, but I was still missing a tiny key part. I still haven't created the main menu. For the main menu, I wanted to make it really interactive. What I mean by this is, look at this. You see how this alien is jumping on the title, and it flips the colors? Well, guess what? You can flip the colors too. This took like 3 hours to get right, but I'm extremely proud of myself. I have ideas of how I can make the main menu even more fun to fidget with, such as making it so you can pick up the alien, or making it so the mouse sort of wisps through the clouds. What I'm trying to make here is a sort of relaxation zone for when you're struggling on a level and you want to break. Lastly, I just added a simple options menu so you can control the sound effects and music. Oh wait, I still need to add those. Yeah, you hear that? That's right, it's... For the sound design, I created this basic melody I used as a leitmotif across the songs. Take a listen. Getting back on track, For the first time, I made all of the sound effects myself instead of downloading them online, and I have to say, it was actually a pretty fun experience. Now, I do have a confession to make. I'm sorry, but I did end up making this for a game jam.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's just too good.
This game jam
Oh, sorry.
was the Made to Be Played jam, which lasted around 12 days. I only having 9 of those. Besides that, however, that's basically all I've gotten done with Switch Flip so far. I'm really excited to expand this game and, oh yeah, out of 58 entries to the game jam, I got 8th.